Peef, I think it's about time you gave peas a chance. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen. I am Brian, and this is Peef. Jessica is not on camera right now, but she will be back later whenever I get done making our dish for today. And that is something that you've actually seen on the channel before. And it goes back to when we were in jolly old England, up in the city of Nottingham, and I made dinner for Jessica and Martin. One of the things that I made was peas, specifically peas that were inspired by Nando's Macho Peas. Now, Nando's is primarily known for their chicken, but we went there and actually ate all of their vegan stuff. And one of the things that I absolutely loved from their menu were the Macho Peas. They're a bit sweet. They've got a good kick to them as far as spice is concerned. And I knew that they were obviously cooked with some oil or butter or something like that, but I knew that I could make them a little bit healthier. And so that's what I have done today. And I hope that you guys will actually enjoy this one. This is more of a side dish. This isn't like a main dish that you're just gonna sit down and eat a giant bowl of peas, although, I mean, you may do that. I don't know. Maybe you like that. But give this one a shot, and I think that you will enjoy it. So let's get to cooking. Yes, this is a very, very simple recipe requiring only a few ingredients. So here is what you will need. You will need 2 cups of peas. You can use the canned peas. I don't think they taste as good, but these are frozen peas that we let thaw for just a little bit. You will also need at least 1 tablespoon of some parsley. You can use flat leaf or you can use the curly kind. It doesn't really matter. It all kind of tastes the same to me, but we are using flat leaf parsley for this recipe. Also, you will need some fresh mint. I actually haven't tried this with dried mint, so I don't know how it would turn out, but fresh mint is amazing and it's not expensive. Also, to round this entire recipe out, you will need 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of liquid aminos, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can also throw in a dash of cayenne if you like, just to bump up that spice a little bit more. Jessica really wanted me to show you guys how to chop the parsley and the mint. Chopping the parsley is really straightforward. You just kind of keep feeding it into the knife. Yeah, I rotated this a quarter turn and just kept chopping away until I got it to a fine dice. Very, very straightforward. But the mint, you could chop it the other way, just, chopping it this way, rotate, chop it the other way. But I actually like to take the leaves and keep stacking them until I think that I've got enough. Cut it into ribbons and then cut in the cross section and make it a really fine dice. It is very easy to do. And not to mention you get the added benefit of it just smells amazing. So why not do it? Now to actually put this dish together, very simply, add in the 2 cups of peas into a medium to medium low pan, or you can use a sauce pot like I have used here. And you just want to dry saute this for a few minutes until a little bit of color is there or the peas are heated through. It also helps to have a non-stick pan, so keep that in mind. Once you start to see some color on the peas and you can see that they are getting good and hot, go ahead and throw in your minced garlic, the 2 to 3 cloves right there. And somehow I missed a tiny little piece there, so I just pulled that one out. You don't want to eat the skin part of the garlic. It's not very tasty. But just break it apart, spread it around, get it cooked over a minute or so until you can really start to smell the garlic, and then we can move on to the next ingredient. Once the garlic is smelling good, go ahead and throw in the red pepper flakes and just keep stirring that for another minute or so. So then you can move on to the liquid aminos. Just go ahead and pour in the entire teaspoon. A lot of the liquid will start to evaporate quickly, so stir it all up. It'll kind of create a nice little salty umami glaze on the outside of the peas. If you want to add in more liquid aminos, you absolutely can. give it a saltier punch. And you can also add in that dash of cayenne whenever you actually want. You can add it in with the red pepper flakes, or you can add it in now or later. It doesn't really matter. But that's just to sort of bump up the flavor. I did not add it in this one because I actually really like it with just the red pepper flakes. Once everything is good and coated with the liquid aminos, you can add in the fresh herbs. Just about a tablespoon. I didn't really measure. I just sort of did a big pinch of it, of each one. And then you mix it all together. And once the herbs are heated through, you are good to go.
So what did you make for us?
I am calling this Brian's Minty Spicy Peas.
Oh.
Yes. Very, very straightforward recipe. Very few ingredients. Easy to do. You can do it with a can of peas, or you can do it with a bag of frozen peas. You can swap out the fresh garlic for garlic powder. You can use cayenne pepper if you don't want to use red pepper flakes. You can add in more of the liquid aminos if you want it to be a little bit saltier than what I made it. There are plenty of options for you to make this however you like to make it, but I think my recipe actually works really, really well. So let's go ahead and give it a taste test though. Mm-hmm. Make sure you get some of the green stuff that's not peas.
Oops.
Just making a mess there, aren't you? You ready? Mm-hmm. It just works. The spice and the mint really do complement each other very, very well. And I like the use of the red pepper because you get little bits of spice. You know, a little bit of spice here, a little bit of spice here. It's not like everything's coated in cayenne pepper, you know, or it's got like the capsaicin like all over the place.
Not too spicy.
And it's not too spicy. Like
It's got a little kick.
A little bit of a kick to it, but it's sweet. It's minty. It's got that earthiness from the parsley, garlic on there. Like it just works. Good stuff, huh? Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really a pea person. Mm-hmm. I'm not really that big on peas usually, but that's actually really good.
And you could, if you wanted to, you could mash them up a little bit too. Make them like where they kind of coat each other with sort of the pea mush, and like they'll stick together and make more like a mushy pea.
So was this pretty much exactly how you made it in Nottingham?
Fairly close, yeah. I don't precisely remember how I made it, but I remembered like the ingredients that I would have used, and I wrote those down, and so that's what I did. And then when I cooked it here, I was just like, yeah, this is the process that I like. This is what I like to do for this, and it's got just the right amount of mint to it to where the mint's not overpowering. Yes, I know he hasn't tried his pea yet.
He only has one pea. You need more pea.
It's not. It doesn't have an overwhelming parsley flavor, and it's not overwhelmingly heat or overwhelmingly garlic. Everything just works really, really well together. You know, maybe if you wanted to, you add a little bit more of the liquid aminos or something, makes it a little bit saltier, brings that flavor up a little bit more. I just made this version because it was a little bit lower in sodium than what a lot of other side dishes might be. And this works really, really well with practically any American style dish that you would possibly make out there. It's an all around great side dish. That's all I know.
Now, the other day, you made me another really good side dish that I really want you to share.
Are you talking about the corn? Mm-hmm. That'll be coming in the future, though, in a different video. But I think we can definitely bring this one to a close, right? Mm-hmm. So find us on social media: Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, Twitter, any of those types of places, and interact with us all you like on there. You can send us messages, and we will hopefully get back to you. Sometimes we miss a few days, and it takes us a bit to catch up. But we do like to interact with all of you who send us messages. Also, if you haven't subscribed, it would be awesome if you did. And you can click the bell that is right next to it so you get notified whenever we post a new video. I guess also like and share the video if you are so inclined, and help us out, help us grow the channel a bit more, and get these types of recipes out to more people in the world so they can also continue or start eating whole food, plant-based, and not have to eat boring foods, but
Yay.
very, very delicious foods. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I think anybody, it doesn't matter. You take this to any party as a side dish for people and they'll be just like, oh my, this is really, really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a giant thing of peas to that party.
Sometimes you only gotta bring a side dish. Sometimes you only gotta bring a side dish.
If there's ever a party again.
If there are parties ever again. Yes, but I think that's all I got.
That's definitely all I got.
We will see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye. Peef, eat up. Come on.